Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day one of our new September 2024 release. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's brand new Ghostly Greetings stamp set, the Ghostly Greetings outline dies, the new Gnome Friends Ghost dies, our Glasses dies, Jaded Blossom's Triangle Card Mat die, their Gnome Dies birthday add-ons. So first I'm going to quickly stamp a sentiment from that new Ghostly Greetings stamp set. And I'm using my Misty, some paper tray ink, white cardstock, and some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. There we go. And I'll stamp that sentiment onto my cardstock. Then I'm going to use the outline die to cut it out. So it says Ghostly Greetings. Okay, so I'm using Doodlebug's Sweet and Spooky 6-inch pad and their matching odds and ends. They're gingham linen. And I've got a piece of just cheapo white cardstock, cut at 4 by 5¼ inches, and I'm going to cover it in score tape. It's just my favorite way to use the triangle card mat die. So I'm just covering this whole piece of paper, like I said, in the score tape. Then I don't have to mess with glue or anything, right? So I'm just going to cover this whole thing quickly. What I like about score tape is you can tear it, which makes things easy, right? So there we go. And I will trim off with a pair of scissors. I'll do the same thing over here. There we go. Now for this background, I used Doodlebug's Candy Stripe and Sprinkles in the purple color on the sprinkle side. And then that Spooky Greetings, or no, what's it called? The Sweet and Spooky 6-inch pad for the ghost paper in this little background. So I'm just going to stick this down. I'll use my little, the peel off piece of that score tape just to get it down, stuck down well. Now I'm going to add my triangles of patterns, and I'm going to add them like every second, like, you know, sort of alternate the patterns just for something fun, just to make it look cute, right? So I'm adding that all in. There we go. There it is. So it's just really easy when you have that score tape on the, you know, behind that triangle card mat die. You know, you can just add things in like a puzzle and then you're in business. So there we go. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to add that to my card front with some ATG tape. So I'll just add this and try to get things straight and even, right? There we go. And I'll add that to the center, like I said, of that A2 size card front. That was made out of paper tray ink white cardstock, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5½ inches with my Martha Stewart scoreboard and my Teflon bone folder. Kind of the same old jazz, right? There it is. Okay, so I'm pulling out that sweet, what's it called? Sweet and Spooky. Why do I keep saying sweet and pooky? Sweet and Spooky pattern paper, and I'm going to add a 1-inch strip to the inside, about 1/4 inch from the bottom of my card base. And I'll use my Stampin' Up! Pad just to, you know, line things up. And I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors here. There we are. Super cute. Next, I will pull out my odds and ends. That's from that Sweet and Spooky odds and ends set. Remember, every year Doodlebug comes out with a, you know, new seasonal paper pads, and they have the matching odds and ends. Just get the new seasonal one and you go with that. They always have, you know, cute, you know, similar papers with the similar patterns, you know, similar color groupings. So, you know, you can choose something that's very close if you know, are stuck on doing it like my card. So there it is, laying the little tree and my little ghost. And I will trim off what's hanging over the edge with a pair of scissors. There we go. And just too cute. So now I'm going to use my, my little sentiment die to cut out my sentiment. So do you have to have the outline dies? No, of course not. It just makes life easier though, because sometimes it's nice to be able to cut out your sentiment and make it pop. Sorry, of course, someone tried to call me as I was doing a voiceover there. So anyway, so I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the inside of my card. So this will just say Happy Halloween. So I'm just going to line it up and stamp it with my Misty. Because honestly, a Misty is a stamper's best friend. You know, you can always ensure that you get a nice, great image. Just don't press too hard, right? You're better off, stamping it more than once, pressing lightly. So there we go. And isn't that cute? Now I'm going to take my EK Success chalk and I'll just chalk up this ghost's little cheeks, because why not, right? And I'm going to use my Secure White Jelly Roll pen in a number 10 to add some highlights and some freckles, because of course ghosts need freckles. And there we go. Super cute stuff. There. Now I've got my ghost. Now remember that there is an assembly video for that, although that one right there isn't, didn't really require that much assembly, but you get my drift. You can watch me assemble these ghosts and use the face stamps if you want. Now I'm adding on the little glasses. Those were cut from the gingham linen on the gingham side and purple from Doodlebug, and I'm just going to weight that down using my Barely Art glue. Next I'm using, this is the Gnome Dies birthday add-ons, and I just cut a balloon out of pattern paper from that 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, and then used American Crafts cardstock for the string and the base layer with the hand. There we go. Just making sure it's lined up well. Like I said, using my Barely Art glue and an acrylic block. Next, I'm going to give her a little bow on her head, because of course, right? Super cute, right? And that's also gingham linen. I'm going to trim off a bit of this little hand layer because the ghost hands are a little bit smaller. And I wanted to have a spot to kind of anchor my hand to. So that's why I did use the hand layer for this. But you don't have to. You can do it. You can skip that layer and just use the balloon layer itself. I'm going to add a little piece of dimensional there. And then I'm going to add on the little hand. Now there are little arms for these ghosts as well. So I'm going to add those. Those were cut out of Paper Trank white cardstock, just the same as the ghost. So I'm going to add it with some ATG tape. And then I realized, oh, I put the ATG tape on the wrong side. Silly, right? I really realized, darn it. That is not the side I wanted that ghost holding its balloon. So I'm going to add it to the other side now, because I always leave my mistakes in. And I'm going to add the little arm in behind the ghost, and then I'll add the little balloon on his hand there. So I'm just going to do that with a little bit of glue. There we are. And then I do clamp it with my reverse tweezers. I'll pop up the balloon with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals as well. And the ghost too. And then I will add that to my card front. So I'm just loving these new little ghosts from Jaded Blossom. I think that they're going to be super cute for Halloween. It's making them, cute instead of scary, which is fun. A lot of people, don't enjoy Halloween. Of course, I'm not one of those people. I love Halloween, and I love making Halloween cards. I just think they're so fun and cute. But, it helps when they're really cute looking, right? So just removing all the backings off that Stampin' Up! Dimensional. And, and I know I go over the top trying to keep things level and, have a lot of dimension, but I'm just going to line that up on the front of my card base in the center. And then I will add my little balloon as well. So they have these little arm pieces and little hand pieces. So you can hold things, right? Like all of the gnome accessories. So how cute is that? Look, she's holding her little balloon. Now I'm going to add my sentiment that says Ghostly Greetings. And I will also pop that up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals because, of course, might as well keep the dimension going, right? It's a dimension party. So there we go. And lining those all up, and then I will pop that in place. My biggest problem is just centering things, like I always say. So I have to just line that up as well as I can. There we go. And isn't that the cutest little thing? I just think it's adorable. I'm going to add her other little flipper arm in there. There we go. Just so she's, you know, has both arms. And isn't that cute? Now I'm going to add on some shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. These are called Midnight Magic. And they're just stars. And I'm just going to add a bunch of stars. I'm going to add a little orange one to the center of her cute bow. There is a round piece that you can cut, but I just went with it and added a little star. And then I'm going to add a few more stars to the background. Remember that Doodlebug releases shape sprinkles with all their different releases, and it matches all their different colors of paper. So, you know, they usually release some stars with different sets, and those stars would be just fine. You don't have to use these exact stars. So there we go. So 3 in the upper left, 2 in the lower right. And there's my card. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog. Be inspired by the team. The Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on the Gotta Have It Now, or wait until later in the week when you can get things a la carte. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to come back again soon. Bye, everybody.